Hi, I'm Joel Teague, and I'm here with Dr. House, who is a kinesiology professor. And we're here to ask him about some nutritional facts that he tries to encounter every day. Thank you, Dr. House, for interviewing us for the Health 330 nutrition class.
No problem.
Can you tell me about your eating patterns? Maybe walk us through a day in your life and explain some of the things you find yourself eating the most.
My breakfast is pretty routine. Try to get up pretty much the same every day of the week, and then I usually have a bowl of Wheaties, about probably 3/4 to a cup.
Okay.
Then about a half a cup of 1% milk with that, and then probably 3 or 4 ounces of orange juice. So that's probably 9 times out of 10. That's my breakfast.
That's a good breakfast. And that's portion control too, right? So you're really
Yes,
trying to...
we went to smaller bowls in our family, which was, I grew up, small bowls were pretty common. Then I saw an increase in the size of portions in bowls over the years. And we've gone back to some smaller bowls, which has helped us to control our portions a little bit better.
That's a good idea. What about like lunch and dinner? Do you try to eat the same things or limit yourself to...
My lunch, if I bring my lunch, is a bit consistent. I usually have quite a bit of fruit, as long as we have it in the house. My wife has bought it. Sometimes we run out. But for example, today I have a banana, I have an apple, and I have 2 of these small oranges. So that's a good day. It doesn't always happen that day. And sometimes I'll have, with that, or without that, sometimes I'll have a cup in a soup, one of those like a ramen noodles. I got to watch out for the salt in those. They make some low salt ones now, but they're only about 35–50 cents and about less than 300 calories. So salt's the only issue you got to watch with those. So I have those pretty often. And then sometimes I'll take one of my kids out for lunch or eat lunch with my wife. So it depends on where we go. So it can be good or bad.
Okay. Would you say that you have good eating habits or poor eating habits, and why?
I'd say there are probably good days and bad days, like most people. Most people struggle around the holidays and put on quite a bit of weight between Thanksgiving and Christmas, 7–8 pounds. So I try to watch a little bit more there. Big thing is, again, portions, and try not to refill your plate. And then foods that you eat, just try to eat some of the lower calorie foods. That helps as well. But occasionally you want to splurge, and if you splurge like anything else, if you spend too much money, you know, one day you try to cut back the next day. So if you eat too many calories one day, you try to cut back the next day, try to balance it. But don't starve yourself. I don't believe in that. That's bad news for your metabolism.
Okay. Do you think your eating habits have been influenced by any of your past experiences or people that you've met?
Yes, in books that I've read. I've tried a couple different diets. I'm trying a calorie counter right now, an app on my smartphone. So I'm experimenting with that right now and having a little fun with it. It allows for quite a range of foods. You can put in restaurant foods, name the restaurant and what you're eating, and it's pretty comprehensive, so I've enjoyed that, because it's hard sometimes when you go to a restaurant and you don't know how many calories this pasta dish has. You think a pasta's low, but the sauces make a huge difference on those. You assume a salad's low in calories, but it may not be, depending on what dressing they put on it. So I found that very helpful to kind of get an idea of what I'm actually eating. Read some books and tried some different ones, like Atkinson diet about 10 years ago. We tried that. So sure, pretty much boils down to calorie counting and exercising, and realizing that you can out-eat your exercise pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay. What about as far as what you drink? Do you drink mostly water, or do you have like a certain drink that you're kind of stuck on, hard to quit? Or
I actually did make a lifestyle change about 10 years ago. Being a Southerner, I like iced tea. Grew up drinking a lot of iced tea, a lot of sugar, probably 300, 400 calories a glass, 8-ounce glass. So I did away with sweet tea about 10 years ago, and that saved me quite a bit. So I drink water probably 90% of the time. In a restaurant, the food tastes better. You can taste the food a lot better. My meals at home, occasionally I'll have a soda, maybe once a week, something like that, a couple a week, but not too often. That'll be about the extent of it.
Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your knowledge of nutrition? 1 being little or no knowledge, and 10 being an expert in nutrition.
I wouldn't consider myself an expert, but probably more than the average guy out there. Probably a 7 or an 8, something like that.
Okay. Based on your rating of nutrition, how much you know about nutrition, would you say that nutrition is valuable to you going through your daily activity or your daily routine?
I consider, yes, sure, when I'm eating, trying to get enough fruits and vegetables. I find with societal changes and restaurant changes, it's a lot harder to get, especially vegetables now, that haven't been smothered in fatty gravies or something like that. Fresh vegetables are very hard to find now. Fresh fruits, not as bad, but the price of both of them have gone up tremendously, and because I guess the demand and people eat a lot more processed food, which usually removes more of the good nutrition and substitutes it with partial nutrition or not any value as far as vitamins and minerals.
You, being a kinesiology teacher and teaching some of the activity classes, and being very active as far as exercising, do you feel differently if you eat bad, if you don't eat as well some days, and then other days you get you feel like you get a proper nutrition, and then you feel like you can perform better? Or
I don't think you feel a daily difference as far as generally vitamins and minerals, but I think over a longer term you might. Try to get, my vitamin C's, my vitamin B's pretty regular. I take a multivitamin, so I haven't seen a particular problem with that. I had a deficiency in vitamin D, which shocked me about 2 years ago. It didn't show up until my routine physical, which I try to get a routine physical, because some things can sneak up on you, don't realize it. So taking more vitamin D became important. So that things change with age, how you assimilate, how you use nutrition and vitamins. Your body doesn't do as good a job on it. So how you get it, where you get it on a regular basis becomes more important. I'm not exercising to the extent where I'm depleting my body. I'm more maintaining exercise. I'm pushing myself a little bit more recently because trying to get ready for an ultra in February, a couple months from now. I'm starting to push myself a little bit more, so I'm paying a little more attention to my calories, a little more attention to getting the vitamins that I need, and then keeping a close eye on injuries. I've got a chronic heel issue, and I don't know if it's related to spur. I don't know if it's related to just fasciitis. I don't know if it's related to not having enough vitamin D, or just my age, or a combination of all the things above. So I have to be smart with exercising, but keep an eye on that nutrition and try to do what I can to minimize problems. You can go backwards real quick once you're injured as far as fitness levels.
Does God play any role in your health or your eating habits?
Absolutely. As far as what I eat, taking care of my body, we're only given a short period of time here. We will live forever with a relationship with Christ. So, but we're only given so many years here on earth. So making those quality years, you want quality and quantity. So I've had some fortunate genes in my family of longevity, but I don't want to spend those last 5, 10, 15 years being inactive or not being able to be active mentally and physically.
Okay.
So also concerned
good.
about staying active for that reason. So quality and quantity of years, but more for service for God, for whatever He wants me to do.
Okay. Well, that concludes our interview, Dr. House. Thank you so much, and I learned a great deal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.